I'm curious about because you also have theology in your background and
Mhm.
this concept of AI and collective consciousness. I'm always so intrigued from a spiritual theology perspective if we're not moving ourselves more towards spirit. It's almost like our human form is becoming less important
Mhm.
and it's more about just like the soul and what our intuition and what our minds can imagine. And yeah, I just thought maybe you had some perspective from that
Well, I
angle.
mean, to me, when I think of spirituality, right, I see it more as like, okay, well, this is my ability to connect with God, right? With my God, right? I don't think AI can enter in that realm. I think that's what really keeps us human, right? It's our spiritual world. And if anything, what it might do, and I had this conversation yesterday with a patient, which is so funny that you're bringing it up, it puts the person to start actually thinking much better questions to even discuss with God in their own private time, right? Because
Mm.
in our everyday life, we're coming up with ideas and open up our mind with AI. Then you go into your spiritual time and you're like, wait, I could be thinking this same way over here. So if anything, I think it brings us closer to God and our spiritual world
Mm.
than getting in the way. Because now what we're doing is, if you think about it, we're training our brain to think differently. I think that's what
Mhm.
AI is pushing us to do, right? Is to
Mhm.
think differently, not so black and white, not even that abstract, right? But much higher place. So then when we take our brain that now is getting kind of rewired to think in a much higher level, let's look at it that way. Now I'm bringing it over here into my spiritual time. I'm going to be asking God much more deeper questions. And I find
Mhm.
that as a theologian, like that's exciting to me because it's not so much like, oh, am I going to heaven or hell? Most people ask those kinds of questions, right? No,
Yeah.
you get to ask much deeper questions in your spiritual time.
Mm.
Questions about
Yeah.
love, questions about connection, questions about self awareness, right? So I think if anything, it pushes our brain to use a whole different area that we haven't been using. And I think
Yeah.
AI is pushing us to be more creative in that area too.